All right, now that we've accumulated quite a few exponent rules, we're going to use them mixed together. So let's take a minute and just summarize them a bit. Power Man here is here to help us, and I'm going to call him P-Man. And we're going to use this to organize our thoughts. You don't have to, but it may help you some. So I've just gone ahead and I've written down P-Man here, and the P is going to stand for power. So when we have a power, we're actually going to raise the coefficient to that power, but we're going to multiply the exponents. For example, if I have 7x to the 7th, oh, I can't multiply that. Oh, raised to the second. We'll do that easy. I'm actually going to say 7 squared, so I'm going to raise the 7, the coefficient, to the power and get 49, but I'm going to, when I have a power to a power, multiply the exponents. So 7 times 2 is going to be 14. That's example 1. So next, I rewrote it P-Man again, and this time I put my little triangle around the M and the A. So whenever I'm multiplying two expressions, I'm going to multiply the coefficients, but the exponents get added. So for example, if I had the 7x to the 7th, and I multiplied it times 2, we'll call it x squared. I'm going to multiply this 7 times the 2 and get 14, but I'm going to add the exponents, 7 plus 2, and get 9. So Power Man, multiply coefficients, add the exponents. It was a multiplication problem to begin with. And then finally, we haven't really talked about this in these two sections on exponents, but whenever we're adding two expressions that have exponents in them, we do nothing with the exponents. We add the coefficients and do nothing with the exponents. So if I had, let's just say we have 2x squared plus 7x squared, we're going to add the 2 plus the 7 and get 9, and I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to leave that as a square. And of course, in order to add them, we had to have the same term, so they like expressions on that before we could do it. All right, so that's one more thing. Power Man, do something. And the D stands for when I'm doing division, I'm going to divide the coefficients, and then I'm going to subtract the exponents. So divide coefficients, subtract exponents. All right, so let's do some examples here. The first one I have is 5xy negative 4 raised to the negative third. So I'm going to come in and just raise every piece of this to the negative third power. So x to the negative third. So that's understood 1 right there. So that's 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And then y, negative 4 times negative 3 is 12. So whenever I have a power, I'm going to multiply those exponents. Then simplify this. I've got some negative exponents which I can't leave in it. So I'm going to drop the 5 to the negative third to the denominator, and it becomes 5 to the third. X is also going to drop to become a positive exponent of 3, and the 12 stays where it is. So I end up with y to the 12th over 125 x to the third. For example B, I have a quotient and then raised to a power. And because this quotient has got the same base in it, I can combine those. So since I have division, Power Man's going to tell me to subtract those exponents. And I don't have any coefficients. So I'm going to have a, and then I've got the negative 6 minus a minus is going to give me plus 3. And that's still going to be raised to the negative 4th power. So that's going to be then a, negative 6 plus 3 is a negative third to the negative 4th. Then a power to a power, I'm going to multiply the exponents and get a to the positive 12th. Example C, Again, I have a fraction inside of here, but this time I can't simplify it. So I'm going to go ahead then and just raise the numerator to that power and the denominator to the power. So I get 5 to the negative 2 over 6 to the negative 2. Get rid of my negative, so I get 6 squared over 5 squared, and that's equal to 36 over 25. You may also recall that whenever you have a negative exponent, that you can flip your fraction and make it a positive exponent. So just take care of the negative for both of those, and then square the numerator and square the denominator and get 36 over 25 as well. So for D, on this one I have a fraction, a quotient, so we're going to begin simplifying it and putting together our like bases. So I have 7 to the negative 2, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that and make that 7 squared. My e's, I'll have e to the negative 8 and then subtract 3 because I'm moving it up. And then I've got u to the 5th and then subtract a negative 9. So minus a minus gives me plus 9. So now I have e to the negative 11th, u to the 9th over 49. And then finally, I need to get rid of that negative exponent. So I have u to the 9th divided by 49, e to the positive 11th. And we'll stop the video and pick up on number 3.